Good morning, everyone. On this Friday, September 5th, I'm Tanya Rivero, in for Pedro. Thanks for having me here this morning, ladies.
I think Pedro might have had a little football in his life.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Big-time Eagles fan here.
Hope he's enjoying it.
Yeah, hope so, too. Yeah. So, in his absence, we're here.
Yeah. Yes, we are. And it's spitting rain, a little bit of rain, so I had to go there.
You had
spitting some
good job.
Thanks, Dani.
Good. Listen, I was slow, but I got there.
Listen, and speaking, I mean, I had to drive slow because of that little spitting
But a
sprinkle.
lot of people are not driving slow, so it's making me a little bit busy this morning.
Some
So
problems out there.
Yes.
Good to know.
Also contributing to maybe some traffic trouble, just patchy fog that's starting to develop. We had the heavy rain in spots last night. I think that led to some leftover ponding. I know you were talking about that.
I definitely saw that on the west.
It's leading to the development of some patchy areas of fog. So this could be a problem on the morning commute. 0.2 of a mile of visibility in White Plains. So we do see a pocket of dense fog in Westchester. Same up in Orange County near Montgomery. We're at 4 in Morristown, 2.5 for Somerville, 6 miles of visibility now in the park. But the rain has moved on, even clearing out of the east end. So we're dry right now, and we just wait for the low cloud cover to lift and eventually clear out. What's happening here is a front stalling, and that's going to bring the southerly flow. It pulls in the moisture today. You're noticing the humidity in the air, but eventually we get the sunshine. So overall, it is really looking like a really nice Friday once we clear the morning cloud cover. Warmer and muggier today. Highs are in the low 80s. It still feels like summer out there, and then we bump that temp to the mid 80s tomorrow. But an AccuWeather alert goes into effect tomorrow night with our next round of thunderstorm activity sweeping through. It keeps in place by the end of the game. It is going to be a breezy night at the ballpark. In general, the breezy wind is something you'll notice in the forecast today, but it's not necessarily a bad thing because temps are up and humidity is as well. We're starting mild and muggy this morning, 60s and 70s. We're at 70 degrees in Islip and Newark, 67 in the park, 63 for Poughkeepsie and White Plains. By about midday, we're in the upper 70s and you're feeling that stickiness. Wind out of the south does help to pull in that moisture. It means dew points are up, and we're feeling a little more like summer-like with the higher humidity and highs in the low 80s. Not a bad day though, especially since the morning cloud cover and patchy fog does eventually clear. As you wake up, you'll notice the gray skies, but by 9 or 10, we're able to clear out that cloud cover, and from there, we see sunshine for your Friday. But unfortunately, things get a whole lot more unsettled heading into the rest of the weekend. A thunder threat for tomorrow evening and unsettled conditions in general keep a rain chance in play on Sunday. So I'll time those out for you in future costs coming up. Heather?
So today, take advantage of that. Walk outside.
Yes. 78 West, exit 41. There is an accident that is in Watchung.
City Schools Chancellor has told us that there is a full protocol in place to keep, to allay any anxieties that parents may have sending their kids to school. But
by the way, ringing endorsement from the kids themselves.
So I mean, that's incredible. Even though the full day of school didn't even fully end yet, and they were already seeing the benefits.
And good to see that New York City has a new mascot icon. We've got Ellie, the elephant. We've got Grimace. And now we've got Frankie Focus, who looks a lot like my sleep paralysis demon, but I'm sure he's a nice guy. It's a scary green monster, but the
you know what? You wouldn't be you, Dani, if you didn't talk about that mascot.
I'm like, oh, okay, nice. Good shade of green. Excellent. Cute kids, though, right?
They really were.
We've got that. And as the kids head to the bus stop this morning, it's feeling still a little summer-like. It's always harder to head back to school when it's warm and humid. And it's kind of what we're dealing with today, but we're right back to the fall feel as we head into the start of next week. Right now, 67, mostly cloudy. The sun rises at 6:27. We're heading to a high of 83 degrees today, so we're swinging back above the seasonal average after a stretch of cooler days. Temps this morning starting mild. For the most part, we're in the 60s north of New York City. 62 in Montgomery, 65 for Nyack, 63 in Cold Spring, Danbury starting at 65, and Stamford at 67. At 70 for Islip, same for Newark. So there are some really mild spots this morning to go with our muggy conditions. Enough moisture in play to produce some patchy fog, some localized spots that the fog's getting quite dense, like in Westchester, where White Plains is just at 0.2 of a mile of visibility. Same for Sussex. Little improvement for Montgomery, a half mile now, but under 1 for Danbury. So take it slow as you head out the door. We expect this to clear an hour or two after the sun rises once we get some separation between air temp and dew point, which should happen as we move toward 9-10 o'clock this morning. And from there, we'll see a little sunshine as our highs make their way to the low 80s. So it'll end up being a nice day. Our northern neighborhoods will land in the low 80s. It looks like 83 in Poughkeepsie today, 84 for Highland Falls and Ramapo, 83 in Danbury, upper 70s for Dover, for Thompson, for Rockland. Overall, nice start to the morning. The radar is dry, even the east end drying out after the heavy rain last night. And the only weather alert in play is a rip risk for the south-facing shores of Long Island. So that's New York City beaches, Nassau beaches, and Suffolk County beaches. No swimming, especially not without a lifeguard present, but that's the only real weather worry. In general today, it is going to be more humid as a southerly wind flow, thanks to this stalled front, brings in that stickier dew point. But we're also watching this front off to our west. That's what brings the thunderstorm threat for tomorrow night. So today we're drying out, and really there are no major issues. Yes, it's warmer. Yes, it's more humid. And yes, this morning is starting a little gray. But as we put futurecasts into place, see by this afternoon, sunny skies. So it'll end up being a really nice Friday with those highs in the low 80s and a breezy wind pulling in that moisture. No issues through Friday night plans. We stay comfortable. We stay clear into tomorrow morning, and early risers will get to start Saturday with sunshine before it fades behind clouds by midday. It's late afternoon, early evening tomorrow that front arrives, bringing with it that broken line of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Rain at times could be heavy tomorrow evening, and the gusts could be damage producing, could be strong enough to produce some damage. So that's why we're alerting our Saturday evening. Keep that in mind for Saturday night plans. You'll be dealing with some storms, and then the front stalls. So it keeps showery and unsettled conditions in play on Sunday. I don't think Sunday is looking like a total washout, but there is a good enough chance for some lingering showers. You'll just want to brace for a gloomier day. After that, we really clear out the cloud cover. Temperatures drop significantly, and by Monday, it really feels like fall with sunshine. So here's the hour by hour today. Starting gray, but those clouds thin out. We'll end up with sunshine this afternoon. Highs in the low 80s, a little more humid and definitely breezy. Tonight, we stay quiet and mild, and then tomorrow we're issuing that AccuWeather alert because of the storms we expect second half of Saturday. Tomorrow morning starts with sunshine before the stormy conditions arrive. Then a pretty dramatic drop in temp by more than 10 degrees into Sunday. We're back to sunny skies on Monday. I know, Heather, you're not excited for those lows in the 50s because that's when it will really start feeling like fall.
I don't even want to hear it.
Hey, but tomorrow is going to be 85.
Yes,
So will you hear that?
Okay, yeah, I will hear that.
Thank you.
Until, as my mom would say, the cows come home.
Okay.
Let's talk about this. This is the West Side Highway. Thank you, Dani. If you're taking the West Side Highway, it looks great. No major issues there. And going inbound George Washington Bridge, you look pretty good getting into the upper level, lower level. No major problems, and you can see that right across the span. It's doing really, really well. Here's the Lincoln Tunnel. You look fine coming inbound. Hopefully it will stay that way for you. But we do have an issue in Clifton on Route 3 East, Passaic Avenue to Main Avenue. Only the left shoulder is open. Route 3 eastbound ramp to Passaic Avenue has been reopened, but you still have this ongoing construction going on. This is because of a vegetable oil or a cooking oil spill that happened on Wednesday, and then we had a gravel spill yesterday. So the Garden State Parkway ramps to Route 3 are closed. Alternate side of the street parking rules are in effect. We'll be back right after the break.
Are you ready to play?
Yes, finally.
Step up to the podium and grab your buzzer.
Ain't no party like a Jeopardy party.
Watch Jeopardy tonight at 7 right here on Channel 7.
When I'm flying a drone, it's like I can go anywhere. I can fly out over the ocean. It's just an extension of myself now. 8 years ago, I broke my neck in a diving accident. I was a creative person before, and I'm a creative person now. As an editor, I do work with different production companies, not based in Hawaii, so we're always sending each other large files back and forth. With fast internet, it allows me to be more efficient.
Fast, reliable internet, starting at $30 a month. Back
to work with. So patchy fog, low cloud cover are issues this morning, but as soon as the sun rises just before 6:30 and we get temperatures to warm, it'll put some separation between temperature and dew point. It'll allow the cloud cover to clear out, and the rest of your Friday actually looks beautiful. Partly to mostly sunny sky. Highs today in the low 80s. It's a little on the stickier side with wind out of the south, so that does bring in higher humidity. And that has us thinking summer. I know the obvious choice would be showing you the bus stop forecast this morning, but I'm in charge here, and we're talking about the beach. Because you know what? I still think beach weather. We are going to see that sunshine today with temperatures
Thinning out the number of mayoral hopefuls. So good morning to you on this Friday. We got a lot to get to. September 5th already. I'm Shirley Ellicott.
And I'm Tanya Rivero. Pedro is off today. And we begin with meteorologist Dani Beckstrom and the AccuWeather forecast. Good morning, Dani.
Hey, good morning, Tanya and Shirley. Good morning to you at home. Happy Friday. Made it through another week. Big week, too. Kids heading back to school. And as they head off to the bus stop this morning, they're going to be thinking, still feels like summer. It does. It's a warm and muggy start to our Friday morning. And although it's gray right now, the cloud cover clears and it ends up being a beautiful Friday afternoon. 67 in Central Park and Belmar, 70 in Islip, 63 in Sussex. Unfortunately, patchy fog is becoming a problem. We saw heavy rain late last night. It left us with a lot of moisture to work with this morning. And the result are low clouds that could impact visibility. Just 0.2 of a mile of visibility in White Plains, under 1.5 miles in Montgomery. It looks like pockets of dense fog starting to develop for a more widespread area north of New York City. But the rain is gone, even clearing out of the east end. And we do expect dry conditions today in terms of anything falling from the sky. But it doesn't feel dry. This front is stalled. It brings in that southerly wind. And that means a breezy wind is noticeable today, but it also means the dew points are up. So you're noticing higher humidity today to go with warmer temperatures. Our highs will top out in the low 80s. But it's good to see that the cloud cover does thin out and clear out eventually. By late morning, early afternoon, we're seeing a mostly sunny sky. So today,
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday.
Holiday mishaps. Dani's very familiar. You know, animal encounters, all of it.
Yeah.
Here are the other songs in the top 5, including Rock That Body by the Black Eyed Peas and Soul Survivor by G's, which came out in 2005, which is kind of interesting, the algorithm, right?
Yeah.
TikTok says the songs have all been shared in these viral moments, so that's how you have songs make a comeback.
Yes.
All good tunes. So I wonder if the algorithm, though, did they suggest tunes to you? That's the other part of it, right?
Well, now there's a theory that artists will actually pay people, like influencers, to make a TikTok to their new songs.
Interesting.
So that their songs go viral.
It's a really powerful engine.
It
But
really
like,
is.
I mean, my favorite will always be Pretty Little Baby for Connie Francis.
Yeah,
That's
that was a
just
good
that
one.
moment that she was able to have before she passed on.
Well, all of those songs have now replaced any actual thoughts in my brain. So another good one.
We can skip the weather forecast this time.
Songs.
Talk TikTok.
Yeah, I have lost a significant number of brain cells, but I do
All right, let's
know
bring her
lyrics
back.
to songs that were made in the 60s or whatever. I don't know, whatever. Let's go outside
Bringing them
now.
back.
Happy Friday. This is what it looks like before I put my contacts in the morning. It's a little hazy in this camera view, but I picked this shot because it's the first hint of daylight that we've seen. This is a live look near Lake Success in Nassau County. 67 degrees. Reading is mostly cloudy because we are dealing with some low cloud cover, some patchy fog in parts, but the spot's not dealing with the visibility issues. Nice to see that we're starting with sunshine. Warmer day. Forecast high today of 83, so we're swinging back above the seasonal average after a stretch of cooler than normal days. Really nice conditions for your Friday once we do kick out the visibility issues that we're seeing in some spots, especially north of the city. Starting in North Jersey this morning, Franklin and Somerset each at 65. Haledon sitting there as well. Hanover at 63. Same for Flanders and Sussex. Charlottesburg at 62. On Long Island, 70 degrees for Islip, 68 out east in Montauk. That's where we're sitting in Bridgeport. 63 for Poughkeepsie and White Plains. And it's mainly north and west of New York City that we're dealing with the pockets of dense fog. It looks like there's a pocket of poor visibility near Morristown, half mile there, and under a quarter mile of visibility for Sussex. Pocket of dense fog in parts of Westchester and Fairfield County near Stamford, near Greenwich, White Plains at just 0.2 of a mile. So it'll take us a couple hours to get rid of this low cloud cover and patchy fog. We have a lot of moisture to work with from the heavy rain last night and a southerly wind flow that brings in the higher dew points. So temperature and dew point about the same place this morning, but our highs will make their way to the 80s. So we get warmer, which means in the next few hours that low cloud cover and patchy fog will lift and we'll get to see the sunshine. Zooming back into North Jersey today, it looks like a forecast high of 86 in Morristown, 85 for Madison and Livingston, 86 in Patterson today, 82 for Jefferson and Mount Olive, and we're starting with clear skies there if you are not seeing the dense fog. Out east, drying out for Montauk, so now we're dry across the board. The only weather alert today is a rip risk for the south shore of Long Island, Atlantic beaches, and New York City. In Nassau County and Suffolk County, I would not recommend swimming, especially not without a lifeguard present, given that rip risk. This front is stalled. This is the one that brought us the heavy rain last night, and that's now bringing us the southerly wind that will become breezy this afternoon as we await this next front that brings us a thunderstorm threat by tomorrow night. Looks like the Storm Prediction Center is giving the majority of our area level 1 risk for severe weather. And what that means is as that line tracks through tomorrow evening, some damaging wind gusts and flooding downpours is going to be possible. But that's a future us issue. Today looks good. In fact, sunny skies settle in this afternoon with a breezy wind to go with our warmer temperatures and slightly muggier conditions. So you are noticing the stickiness back in the air, but no issues through Friday night plans. We stay mostly clear and quiet this evening into tomorrow.
Prescription. So good morning on this Friday, September 5th. I'm Shirlene Allicott.
And I'm Tanya Rivero in for Pedro. Let's begin with Dani and the AccuWeather forecast. Good morning, Dani.
Hey, good morning, Tanya and Shirlene. Good morning to you at home. Happy Friday. Heavy rain last night, leaving behind a muggier feel this morning. A lot of moisture to work with, which means some spots are waking up to patchy, dense fog this morning. Right now in the park, reading is partly cloudy, 66 degrees. Dew points also in the 60s. A mild morning at Islip at 70, 61 in Morristown, 67 down the shore for Belmar. So it is feeling almost summer-like as the kids head to the bus stop this morning, not just with the milder temperatures, but also the stickier dew points. Wind out of the south becomes a bit breezy this afternoon, pulling in that moisture as well. So you're noticing the humidity, and we've got plenty of it to work with this morning. Just 0.2 of a mile of visibility in Sussex, a pocket of dense fog near Morristown as well. So north and west of New York City, seeing some of those visibility issues this morning, but the rain is gone. It's pulled east to the east end, so the radar this morning is dry, and the satellite will be clear once we can lift the low cloud cover and patchy fog as well. From here, the front that brought us the heavy rain last night kind of stalls, so it brings in that southerly wind flow. It keeps us warmer and more humid today, but it helps us have a nice sunny Friday. Not looking bad out there. Partly to mostly sunny skies today. Warmer temperatures, a bit on the breezy side and humid. But tomorrow evening, we're issuing an AccuWeather alert because of a front that brings the potential for some strong to severe thunderstorms. It's not a washout Saturday. The first half of the day tomorrow sees sunshine with even warmer temperatures, but by late afternoon, early evening, we're tracking the heavy rain and gusty wind associated with this front that also stalls, and that will keep us unsettled on Sunday. Again, not a total washout, but we do have a rain chance that kind of lingers on Sunday, with temperatures dropping about 10 degrees between the mid-80s Saturday just to the 70s by Sunday. But for today, in a good spot once we clear the low cloud cover in parts of New Jersey. The rest of us seeing the sunny skies straight into this afternoon with those highs in the low 80s. So I know Heather.
Hey, good morning, Tanya and Shirlene. Good morning to you at home. Happy Friday. We had some heavy rain overnight into this morning, and that's leaving us with a little bit of moisture that you can feel this morning. The rain, for the most part, drying out, but it is muggier out there, and you'll notice that stickiness today as temps are up. But we dry out for our Friday before rain chances are back tomorrow. This morning, we're starting in the 60s and 70s, 71 in Islip, 70 for Montauk. We're at 68 down the shore in Belmar, 67 for the park, and 64 for Newburgh. So it is a milder morning to go with our muggy conditions. But you see the low cloud cover producing some poor visibility in parts, especially north and west of New York City. Just 0.2 of a mile of visibility this morning in Montgomery and 1.5 miles in Sussex. But the rain, for the most part, has moved on, zooming into the east end. A couple sprinkles left in Montauk, and that's it. From here, we get a partly to mostly sunny sky today before our next round of a thunderstorm threat heading into tomorrow. So looking at Futurecast, partly sunny skies. We'll end up with dry conditions, a bit on the breezy side today with highs in the 80s. And we start tomorrow morning with sunshine, but check out that line of thunderstorm activity expected tomorrow night. That'll bring gusty wind and heavy rain and lead into a more unsettled Sunday as a bit of a rain chance lingers. So Friday, really not looking bad. We'll just keep a close eye on that visibility this morning. Heather, hopefully it's not slowing down the commute too much.
Well, we weather because, you know, we got to know what the bus stop weather is looking like.
It's
we got to
Friday,
know,
right? We got to know what the weather's like for many reasons. So this morning feels a little on the slow side. We're tapering off the rain, but it's muggy in the air, and that's leading to some visibility issues. So patchy fog and low clouds, something I'm watching. Temperatures are really mild for the kids heading to the bus stop. We're in the 60s and 70s this morning. Our highs in general are warmer today. We make our way to the low 80s, and you will notice that uptick in humidity. You'll notice a bit of a breeze, but we will eventually get sunshine. We start with the patchy fog and low cloud cover, but after the sun rises this morning, clouds thin out, and it actually ends up being a really nice Friday. Really not bad for today, mostly dry under partly sunny sky. But tomorrow, that's when our next thunder threat arrives, mainly the second half of Saturday, with some lingering unsettled conditions on Sunday. Then a real taste of fall will mean jackets on for the bus stop by Monday morning. I'll have the full AccuWeather forecast coming up, but Heather, I know it's been kind of a bit we've been in such a nice weather pattern that I'm afraid anything is going to feel like a disappointment compared to what we've seen. There are some changes heading into this weekend with rain chances returning to the forecast, but we're coming off a round of rain, and we were just fine last night, so I'm sure we'll make it through tomorrow night's thunder threat as well. Right now, mostly cloudy and gray. Sunrise is at 6:27, so we've got a ways to go. And as the sun does come up, we'll get some lingering cloud cover, some patchy fog this morning. But moving into this afternoon, we're back to the partly to mostly sunny sky, and we're back to dry conditions before that thunder threat arrives.
rise tomorrow night. Down the shore, really mild this morning. Sayreville at 66, 68 degrees for Asbury Park. On the island, 71 for Islip this morning, 64 for White Plains and Poughkeepsie. So temps are mild, conditions are muggy. There's a lot of moisture in the air left over from the showers that we saw last night, but also the southerly wind this morning. So unfortunately, visibility not perfect. It's a problem near Montgomery this morning, just 0.2 of a mile of visibility there, 2.5 for Somerville, under 2 for White Plains. So watch the visibility. The wind is mostly calm. Yesterday did become quite breezy as that front approaches. It settled down, but we do expect a breezy wind to pick back up this afternoon. You'll notice that today, not necessarily gusty and blustery, but a breeze that is something that's noticeable as our highs make their way to the 80s. It's a warmer day. It's a more humid day with our temperatures topping out in the low to mid 80s down the shore. LBI, some spots reaching the 80-degree mark, close to that near Seaside Heights. But look at our interior spots. 87 today in Jackson, 82 in Long Branch. Edison could hit 87 as well. These areas are already dry this morning, and even out east we're tapering off those shower chances. So things settle down for your Friday as we await that front that arrives this tomorrow night. One thing to watch if you're taking advantage of the sunny skies later this afternoon going to the beach, south shore of Long Island. So that is Suffolk County, Nassau County, and New York City beaches have a high rip current risk, but that's the only weather alert. So we have this first front here that's kind of stalling out. That brings in the southerly flow and ups our humidity today. We're waiting the second one, and that's going to bring us our thunderstorm threat by tomorrow night, looking like a level 1 risk for a few of those storms to turn severe tomorrow. It means damaging wind gusts and flooding downpours going to be possible. So timing this out as we approach sunrise this morning, the clouds will continue to thin. Not a crystal clear sky as the sun rises, but we will get to the sunshine moving toward this afternoon with warmer and muggier conditions. That southerly wind brings in the stickier dew point. Our highs today land in the low 80s, pretty close to the seasonal average. We stay totally dry through your Friday, and in fact mostly clear into sunrise tomorrow morning. So early risers will get sun to start our Saturday before the sun fades behind clouds by midday. It's by late afternoon, early evening that we start to see the scattered storms move through associated with the front. That's when we could see the heavy rain, the gusty wind for your Saturday evening plans. And unfortunately, this front seems to stall as well, which means moving into Sunday, we kind of stay unsettled. I'm not thinking that Sunday's a total washout, but I do want to give you a heads up that it's not going to be as sunny and dry and pleasant as what we felt. Sunday's a little unsettled, and then we're back to sunny skies by Monday. So here's the hour by hour, starting grayer, increasing sunshine heading into this afternoon with highs in the low 80s today. It's breezy, warmer, and more humid, and tonight stays on the muggy side as well. We're alerting tomorrow night with that thunderstorm threat just due to the potential force and damaging wind gusts and heavy rain. Then we stay unsettled on Sunday with temps about 10 degrees cooler. Then by Monday, that's when we're finally back to the sunnier skies. But kids will want jackets heading to the bus stop. Not the rain coming up. Heather?
Yeah, and for 404 round trip. And you can fly to Albania on the coast just below Croatia with far less crowds for 416. Fall fairs to watch, check out Florida. Can't beat the prices for the last week of September. Round trip to Miami on a budget carrier, $58 nonstop. And right now we're in what they call a Goldilocks window. Not too early and not too late, but just right for booking things like Thanksgiving and Christmas. The rule of thumb is 1 to 3 months in advance for domestic and 2 to 8 months ahead for international. So if Easter is early this year, April 5th, you better be locking down that Easter airfare. The time to act is now. Nina Pineda, Channel 7 Eyewitness News, back to you.
That's a good tip. Boy, I'm inspired now. But
I know. I'm a non-planner. I do things last minute.
Yeah, that's why you pay top dollar. You got to plan ahead now, Shirley.
Nina, I need to put an alarm clock in my phone.
Totally.
Those deals are insane.
So you step outside of New York City and it costs $58.
You just breathe the air.
Yeah, you are known to book a flight. I'm going to be
summer.
So take Take advantage of local summer. Get outside today, especially since we get to enjoy sunshine. Taking a live look outside. I know it looks hazy out there, but we're actually starting with mostly sunny conditions for a lot of the area. Looking at the weather maps now, 66 degrees. Reading is partly cloudy. The sun officially rises in about 9 minutes at 6:27 with a forecast high today of 83. So that's what I'm saying. It's still going to be a beach day if you can swing it, especially on Long Island, where our highs will climb close to the 80-degree mark. This morning, we're starting in the upper 60s for Merrick, for Comac, for West Hampton. Looks like Montauk at 70.
71. In Fairfield County, low to mid 60s. Down the shore, 67 for Belmar. Really not bad. The one weather worry that we're facing this morning is there are a few areas of patchy to dense fog, especially in North Jersey. Morristown can't see much of anything, not just for Morristown specifically, but the entire county, Morris County, seeing dense fog right now. 0.2 miles of visibility in Sussex, but it's improving for the lower Hudson Valley, so we're moving in the right direction. And here is where our highs head. Again, a beach day if you can swing it. Our highs today top out in the low to mid 80s across the area, zooming back into Long Island, the South Shore here. Our beaches will top out in the mid to upper 70s. Definitely warm enough with our temperatures in the water in the 70s as well. The North Shore, low 80s for Melville, for Smithtown, for Coram, even the North Fork in the upper 70s today. The one thing I will say is that there is a high rip risk for the south-facing shores on Long Island. It's the one weather alert in effect, so that is New York City beaches, Nassau County beaches, and Atlantic beaches in Suffolk County. Do not swim without a lifeguard present especially, but it's just not recommended in general today with the high rip risk. But outside of that, there's no real issue, especially since temps are up and humidity is as well. It will feel like a beach day with that mostly sunny sky. This front that brought us the heavy rain last night, that's kind of stalled out, and that's what's bringing in the southerly wind. It's what's upping our dew point. But we are watching this front that brings us the thunderstorm threat by the second half of the day tomorrow. The Storm Prediction Center giving the majority of our area a level 1 risk for severe weather. And what that means is as this front tracks through, it will produce potentially damaging wind gusts and some heavy rain that can lead to some localized flooding. But that's tomorrow. Today, we're really calm. And once we can clear the patchy fog in North Jersey, we're seeing sunshine across the board. Mostly sunny skies to partly cloudy through this afternoon with highs in the low 80s and that increasing humidity thanks to a breeze that does pick up today out of the south. We stay clear, quiet, and comfortable through your Friday evening plans. No issues, and that means we stay sunny to start tomorrow morning. Early risers will get some sunshine to start Saturday, but it fades behind cloud cover by tomorrow afternoon. And by late afternoon, early evening, that's when the rain chances are up, starting first north and west, and then it looks like that line gets to the city tomorrow evening. You can see the heavy rain. It could produce some gusty wind that may be capable of producing some damage. That takes us through Saturday night. And then unfortunately the front kind of stalls, so it's not in and out as quickly as we were hoping. And what that means is Sunday does look to stay just unsettled. Not a total washout, but the rain chances will linger with temperatures that are much cooler. This front will finally move into Monday, and that means we're back to sunny skies to start next week. Today we do see some sunshine ahead. You see temps making their way to the low 80s. It is a little more humid out there with wind out of the south, and that breeze is noticeable today. But overall, great day to get outside with mild and muggy conditions tonight. We are alerting the second half of the
against Democratic nominee Zoran Mamdani. But first, here's Dani Beckstrom and the AccuWeather forecast. Happy Friday, Dani.
Happy Friday to you, Tanya and Charlene. Happy Friday to you at home. A summer-like feel today. Now, it's not too steamy out there, but both temperature and humidity up today. So we're closing out the work week on a warm note. This morning, 66 in the city under a partly cloudy sky. You notice the dew points in the 60s. We had heavy rain last night, and that left us with some moisture to work with this morning, leading to the potential for patchy fog. I've been watching that, especially in North Jersey. Temperatures sure are mild. Out east, 71 in Montauk, 70 in Islip. We're at 63 in Morristown, 62 in Sussex, 63 for Newburgh. And it's North Jersey that has dealt with the most widespread dense fog. Right now, we are seeing below a mile of visibility in Danbury, and it looks like Montgomery at 3. But places like Sussex and Morristown, it's hard to see much of anything, so take it slow as you head out the door. We just need a little separation between air temperature and dew point, and we'll get that now that the sun is up. So temps will start to follow suit. Satellite and radar looking good. The radar still had a little rain out east this morning. That is long gone, but the front is stalled, and that means a southerly wind will pick up a breeze today, and it'll usher in more of that humidity. So as our highs make their way to the low 80s, you will notice it's a little on the stickier side today, but overall, a really great forecast. Even for the areas starting gray under the low cloud cover this morning, give it a couple hours and it's sunshine. The rest of us see a mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky with our highs in the low 80s and overall dry conditions. So not bad for your Friday. Feeling okay for the kids heading to the bus stop and feeling great for your Friday evening plans. Tomorrow, however, a couple things to talk about. It's still warm. It's still humid. The first half of Saturday is dry, but tomorrow night, an AccuWeather alert with a thunder threat. That'll bring a big drop in temperature and an unsettled day on Sunday. I'll time out the rain on the way coming up. But Heather, it's been a busy start. Djokovic match starts at 3, and then Sinners match tonight at 7. The forecast going to be great all day long. Yes, we're waking up some patchy fog, some low cloud cover, but it's gone as you head out to the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center. So today, temperatures to top out in the low 80s. That's where we'll be for that first match, and then this evening, feeling really comfortable in Ash. We expect a clear clear sky, quiet conditions. Where I could see some concerns is moving tomorrow to the women's final because of that thunderstorm threat tomorrow night. But hopefully they'll just close the top of ash there, and you won't have any issues if you are lucky enough to get a seat to that match. Today's temperatures are summer-like, topping out in the low 80s. We're feeling humid as well. Tomorrow we bump that high to the mid-80s, so a very summer-like Saturday. But yes, we have that thunderstorm threat. We're actually alerting tomorrow evening because of the potential for some heavy rain and damaging wind gusts tomorrow evening. That's a front that kind of stalls on Sunday. It does bring in much cooler temperatures as we fall back below the seasonal average to close out the weekend and start this coming week, but it will also stay unsettled on Sunday. So you got to watch the futurecast so you can make those weekend plans. I'll time out the thunderstorm threat tomorrow and the rain chances on Sunday coming up in just a few minutes. Heather, for a Friday, man, it is busy in your department.
Seriously, it really is, unfortunately. And Tom Kaminsky is up in Newscopter 7. They're pretty busy out there as well, Tom.
And Heather, these construction crews
all coming up right here on GMA on this Friday, Dani. If you're not an Eagles fan,
rough night.
I might know somebody.
Oh, Mr. Strahan, how's he feeling this morning?
We're going to take a temperature check in just a minute here.
Wait, Rebecca, I need to know the first grade review. How did your daughter do?
Okay, so she left holding hands with 2 new friends, which obviously warmed my heart. So I felt great about the whole thing.
You weren't replaced. She just had someone else to hang out with.
I just want her to be happy and healthy. I think that's what all parents want for their kids.
Good. I'm happy to hear. We'll see you in about 11 minutes on GMA. And please send our condolences to Michael this morning. Want to get you
feeling
outside? I want to get you outside on this Friday morning. Happy Friday. Made it through another week. And you know what? Today, not looking too bad. I know the heavy rain last night left behind a couple problems this morning, especially in the traffic department. But the rain is long gone, and now it's just the mugginess that we're feeling as we step out. The sun is up. Our highs today make their way to the low 80s, so we're swinging back above the seasonal average after a stretch of cooler days. And it's almost going to feel summer-like today, not just with the bump in temperature, but also the bump in dew point. It's a little stickier out there, that summer-like humidity back in play. 5 boroughs this morning are in the mid to upper 60s. On Staten Island, 65 for New Dorp. Ozone Park at 67. In the Village, we're at 66. That's where we're sitting in Rockaway Beach and Coney Island. In Jersey, closer to 70 for Newark. We're at 66 in Linden and Peterborough. Well north and west, still a few 50s on the map this morning, but in general, milder across the board. Visibility has been an issue. It's not super widespread, but in North Jersey, we are still seeing pockets of dense fog, especially in Morris County and up through Sussex County, and it looks like visibility is getting a little worse for northern Fairfield as well. Give it a few hours. We just need the temperature and the dew point to get some separation, and that will happen now that the sun is up and our temperatures will start to warm. Our highs today make their way to the low to mid 80s. So that's why I'm saying it's almost feeling summer-like out there. It's not just the fact that our dew points are up with that southerly wind, it's that our temperatures are finally back in the 80s for most of the area. 85 today for Bayonne, New Jersey. Looks like Hoboken at 85. That's where we'll land. In Manhattan as well. 82 in Bushwick. 80 degrees for Bergen Beach. And our beaches in New York City will top out in the upper 70s today. Satellite and radar look good right now. The rain that we started with on the east end is long gone, so we're dry Friday ahead of us, with the one issue being the rip current risk for south-facing shores on Long Island. So I know temperatures support a beach day, and sky cover does as well, with more sun expected this afternoon. But don't swim, especially without a lifeguard present, for the Atlantic beaches on Long Island. It's just not safe or smart, and that does include New York City beaches, Nassau, and Suffolk. So the first front that brought us the heavy rain last night, that's stalling out. So it's bringing in that southerly flow. It's upping our humidity today. We're watching this next front that'll bring the threat for thunderstorm activity by tomorrow evening. The Storm Prediction Center showing level 1 risk for some strong to severe thunderstorms with damaging wind gusts and heavy rain possible by tomorrow night. Today, it's the mostly sunny to partly cloudy sky. It's the highs in the low 80s. It's all good for your Friday. I don't see any issues other than the rip risk on Long Island. We'll stay clear into tomorrow morning, which means early risers actually get some sunshine to start Saturday, but it fades by midday tomorrow, and by late afternoon, early evening, you see those scattered thunderstorms start to develop associated with this front. Brings heavy rain and the potential for some damaging wind gusts, and then it kind of stalls out. Temperatures will drop pretty significantly into Sunday, but we stay unsettled and showery. I don't expect a total washout for your weekend, but we are watching those rain chances that kind of just hang out Sunday morning and afternoon. Tomorrow, it's the first half of the day that's drier. For today, you see this sunnier skies return heading into this afternoon with our high temperatures topping out in the low 80s. We stay clear and quiet for Friday night plans, no problems, and wake up to sunshine tomorrow morning. But second half of tomorrow is an alert with the thunderstorm.
You head eastbound for about 3 miles, so So it certainly is a mess there. We do have alternate side of the street parking rules in effect. Dani, back to you.
Last night's heavy rain long gone. This morning we're looking at sunny skies, warmer and more humid conditions for our breezy Friday. We're waking up to 60s and 70s. Pretty mild out there right now, and our highs make their way to the low 80s.
Happy place, your home. Certa Pro Painters. That's painting happy.
Welcome back, everybody, on a Friday. We are here. It's TGIF. Getting much better outside to start off your weekend?
You know what I think?
What?
Beach.
Ooh.
Let's go.
We're about to talk fashion in just a moment, but the fashions for
shorts, t-shirts today, tomorrow too, and then umbrellas, and then it's boots and sweaters.
What do you call it? Local summer?
Local summer, shoulder season, baby.
Right.
That means show them shoulders. That's not what that means. 72 degrees right now. Beautiful live look outside. Seeing some blue sky and sunshine to start our Friday morning. Here are the headlines. Today, warmer, a little more humid, but mostly dry. We're not tracking rain chances in the Friday forecast, and in fact, this is the driest day of the weekend, so please take advantage to get outside and enjoy that sunshine, even if it's a bit breezy and a bit humid today. Moving into tomorrow, a thunder threat for the second half of the day. It's not a washout Saturday, but you've got to skew those outdoor plans for the first half of the day. The morning and early afternoon is dry with a little sun. It is warm and humid with highs in the mid-80s tomorrow, and then the second half of the day brings scattered storms, some of which could be strong to severe. And that front kind of stalls into Sunday morning. It keeps Sunday morning unsettled with scattered showers and brings a drop in temperature. So our highs fall more than 10 degrees between Saturday and Sunday. It means we start the work week feeling like fall with lows in the 50s and highs in the 70s. So our highs by Sunday into Monday are cooler than where we're sitting right now. 80 degrees for Ozone Park. Yeah, that's what I like to see. 75 for Valley Stream and the Whitestone, 74 in Kearney right now, 75 for Newdorp. We're at 72 in the Village. Islip 77, Montauk 77. It's what we're seeing down the shore for Belmar. This is why you got to get outside. Maybe a beach day if you can swing it. It'll be beautiful as we head toward highs in the 80s this afternoon. For the south shore of Long Island, the Atlantic beaches in Suffolk County and Nassau, temperatures will be capped in the upper 70s. But down the shore today, mid to upper 80s, so that's warm enough for beach plans. And our highs in the park, low 80s, White Plains 83, 84, Sussex. Really nice conditions. If you are heading to the beach, please keep in mind that the south-facing shores of Long Island have a high rip risk today, so it'll be dangerous to swim, but safely on the sand, you're just fine under the sunny skies. So this stalled front brings a southerly wind today, upping the humidity. We're waiting for this front that slides through heading into tomorrow, and it brings us our thunderstorm threat for Saturday. The SPC is showing that some of those storms could be strong to severe, so something to consider when making your Saturday plans. But the only thing to consider making your Friday plans, getting outside. We're looking at the mostly sunny skies today with our highs in the low 80s, a little on the humid side, but really nice. We stay clear overnight into tomorrow morning, waking up to sunny skies to start Saturday, but you got to be an early riser if you want the sunshine, because by midday, I think that fades behind cloud cover. Then by the afternoon, scattered storms start to move in. That is going to bring that line of heavy downpours and potentially damaging wind gusts through Saturday afternoon that kind of just hangs out into Sunday. Sunday's not a washout, but it will stay a little showery and unsettled to start the day before that front can finally clear, and we're back to sunnier skies and cooler conditions Monday. So the hour by hour today showing the mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies, showing our highs that make their way to the low 80s. We're back above the seasonal average, just a touch, a bit breezy at times. That'll keep you comfortable with the warm and humid conditions. And tonight, I don't see any problems for Friday night plans. Tomorrow, just keep in mind the second half of the day turns stormy. First half of the day is fine though, so if you do have to get outside, I would just say the earlier the better. We're going to drop in temp more than 10 degrees between Saturday and Sunday, and Sunday morning stays showery in the morning, but by Sunday evening, we're clearing that out, and that sets us up for a sunny stretch for most of next week, but it will be feeling like fall, especially many rising designers of color. Getting noticed can be incredibly challenging. That is where organizations like Raise Fashion step in. It's a nonprofit that provides mentorship, support, and a bigger platform for talent to be seen.
And this year, they are showcasing 16 designers on September 9th during Fashion Week. Very exciting.
Such a big opportunity.
Yeah.
So joining us now is for wearing the designs, but we also have a model here who is also wearing the designs. This is Asha, and I can't wait to hear more about what Asha is wearing, so we'll check back in. But in the meantime, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, ladies. Felita, let's start with you. Breaking into fashion, obviously we just shared it with everyone that it's not easy. So if you could share with our viewers what those roadblocks truly are for emerging designers like Ashling, what is it?
Yeah, and thank you for having us today. You know, 5 years ago when we started Raise Fashion, 8 women came together to really address some of those obstacles, which is lack of access to capital, lack of resources to executive advisory support, and just networking events, really supporting designers and connecting with consumers and the fashion community.
So I know you guys have a showcase coming up on September 9th.
Yes,
Tell us about the showcase and how does that help Raise Fashion's platform?
Well, it's a one-day showcase where 16 designers will have access to retailers, influencers, content creators, and the consumer. And right now, our goal is to really support designers in scaling their revenue. So it's a multi-tiered experiential event where supporters like Abercrombie, Fluency, Oho, 10 to 1 Rum. I mean, the entire community is coming together to support.
That's cool.
And Ashley, tell us a little bit about your work. I mean, your designs have already been worn by some of the biggest celebrities in the world. But what does it mean now that Raise Fashion is supporting your work?
Well, Raise has been a big supporter for a couple of years, like 5 years. It's been 5 years since it started. I mean, it means everything. It's all about community. They've fostered a community of other designers that are here today to support. You know, when you get these problems and you don't know who to speak to, you have people that are there that are just like understand exactly what you're going through. And the mentorship that Raise has been providing has been second to none. I have a problem, I have a question, and I have C-suite individuals that I can call that are part of the Raise family, and they give me the best advice. They have so much experience.
So cool.
Anybody will notice the little accent she has. Trinidad and Tobago. Of course, I want to talk about what Asha's wearing right now, because what she's wearing is absolutely exquisite. I mean, in the world of fast fashion, you don't really see beautiful art knits like this, but I also want to talk about how your background influences these beautiful designs.
Yeah. So I'm from Trinidad and Tobago, as you mentioned. So a lot of my work is very nature inspired, and it's heavy on texture. And I take a sort of an approach to knits that is very technical. My background is originally in mechanical engineering.
Wow, very cool. In what field of mechanical engineering?
Well, I came here to study at Columbia University to do mechanical engineering, and then I ended up doing HVAC of all things, and sustainability modeling, energy modeling. So it was always about sustainability. Which, back to Asha, you know, we use a lot of very, very careful with the materials that we use. We're very conscious about what we're using, and we like to upcycle a lot of pieces as well. And our made-to-order stuff online is all about no waste or minimal waste.
Amazing.
So, that's my approach to everything.
So for those of us who have an appreciation for fashion, we see it as art, we see it as self-expression, but for those that just see fashion as clothes, why is it so important that there's representation in this industry and there's somewhere to turn to get the help that you need and the support you need?
Is that for me or is that for Felicia?
I mean, both of us. Yeah, we want to close it out on this note, so both of you.
It's really important because we don't get the same amount of funding as other people might, and so it's definitely it's a scrappy race to the top. I mean, I've been tenacious, and I've just been doggedly continuing step after step and not letting anything get in my way. So it means everything, and there's just additional challenges. I don't know if
I mean, I think we have to really address the fact that underrepresented designers just have a more difficult time in this industry, and so organizations like Raise Fashion were built to support their growth. We do that by engaging executives, as Ashley mentioned, and we do this by the generous donations, and also having you support designers like Ashley through shopping. It's important because it is culture, it is community, and it is connectivity to one of the largest industries in the nation. And so that includes emerging designers, and that includes diversity.
Where can we buy your designs?
So currently I'm stocked at Bergdorf Goodman on the East Coast. I'm at McMullen on the West Coast, and Moda Operandi online.
I'm going to pass out.
She's doing a little shopping right now.
It's beautiful. In the world of fast fashion, like I said, you don't see this kind of work. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Ashling, good luck next week.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to
September
it.
9th. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you. And if you've got a sweet tooth, you're going to want to stick around. Up next, we speak to the pastry chef behind Sweet Graffiti. That is where street meets sweet, and they're whipping up some delicious desserts.
But first, here is a look at what's coming up tonight on Jimmy Kimmel Live.
Tonight, I'm back to work after a very strange summer.
Kravitz, I'm here with Jimmy.
Hey, Lenny, how you doing?
ABC7 invites you to create unforgettable memories at the most magical place on Earth, on a Walt Disney World vacation. Visit WaltDisneyWorld.com to learn more and see the Disney magic for yourself.
Popeye's wings are now spicy and mild. If Popeyes can make better wings, I can be better Mayfield.
A real gentleman would share those wings.
Let's just get across the street. Spicy and mild, soft and dry rubbed, better. Love that chicken from Popeyes.
When you've been injured, you need an experienced attorney at your side.
We'll meet with you for free.
And there are no fees unless we win.
And we will go toe-to-toe against the insurance company.
Car crash, call Selena.
Call the 8s.
And helps block a key source of inflammation, and it's proven to help reduce flare-ups.
She was the pastry chef at powerhouses like 11 Madison Park.
Wow.
I think we heard of 11 Madison Park.
Wow.
Le Cirque, too. But now she's the brains behind Sweet Graffiti.
Cool. Yeah, lots of yum. It's bringing together high-end technique and flavors in a way everyone can enjoy, and it pays homage to its home in Koreatown, right here in Manhattan.
We're in Sweet Graffiti. We are located on 32nd and Broadway in K-Town. It's a blend of chocolates and cookies and ice creams. What it started as just a fun thing for...
So delicious. So
good.
If you would like to take part in this or any of our other neighborhood eats, you can head to abc7ny/mornings at 10. Man, that was delicious.
Wow. I mean, my hopes of ever looking like an Asha.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a few more donuts. You'll be fine.
I mean, I would also have to grow like 5 inches, but...
Yeah. No. That's next week.
Next week. That's the future us problem.
Be right back.
We all know it. New Jersey's a mess. And all Mikey Sherrill wants to talk about is President Trump. Come on. What does the president have to do with rising property taxes and higher electricity bills? New Jersey's a mess because out-of-touch politicians like Bill Murphy and Mikey Sherrill care more about pronouns and sanctuary cities than they do solving our problems. That changes when I'm governor. I'll lower electricity bills, cut and cap property taxes, and keep our communities safe. Folks, it's time to fix New Jersey. When I'm governor, we will.
With Fargo, your virtual assistant from Wells Fargo, you can access your FICO score in a snap.
What I would get this summer was Jess Glynn's Hold My Hand, obviously featured in that very, very viral, what is it, a meme you would call that?
I don't know.
Just the song choice that you could use on TikTok.
Trending audio.
I mean, 9 million videos are behind that Jet 2 holiday trend. Ooh, I know.
Early 2000 songs, and yet they are it and everything right now because of TikTok. And it is the soundtrack inside my little tiny pea brain because all
you can think about is TikTok music.
It's TikTok on loop. It's so bad I need to read a book desperately. Should we take one more look at the 7-day? How about this? Sunny skies today. Enjoy. A little warm, a little humid, a little breezy, but all good for your Friday. Just be mindful of that thunder threat tomorrow night.
Oh, thunder.
We certainly will, and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, thanks, everybody.
Well, that's it for this edition of Eyewitness News Mornings at 10.
I'll see you at noon. Head to the beach. How about that?
Do you or a loved one suffer from varicose veins, spider veins, leg pain or cramps, swollen legs, ulcers in the legs, or difficulty standing for a